Hi everyone, my name is Lillian Osond Njogu. Today I will be discussing some topics in early childhood education. Before I start, I would like to show you this picture. In this picture, you can notice an adult talking to kids. So in this way, the kids are able to develop social competency. They are able to engage with others. They are able to talk to others. They are able to express themselves. They are able to play with others. They are able to show their emotions to others. So I will be defining the meaning of social competency. Social competency is refers to the ability of developing social skills like emotional skills, cognitive skills, and behaviors that children need to express themselves or that children need later in life. Social competency helps kids to develop all the skills. Social competency helps kids in adapting into social lives in in anywhere they are. So it is always advisable for for parents and teachers to engage the kids in activities that will make them to be together with other kids. In that way, the kids will be able to develop their emotional skills. They will be able to express themselves. They will be able to talk to their peers without having any problem. You know, so this is why social competency is very, very necessary for kids. For kids, you social competency it's very important in a kid's development. So it all depends on the age of a kid. A child in the preschool, social competency will be will be different from a child in the grade in the elementary school. Okay, so and a social competence, a preschool child, is going to be different from a child that is at home who doesn't have anyone to play with, maybe doesn't go out to the park, doesn't involve in social activities. A child in the preschool has already started to develop the social competency in her or in himself, unlike a child that is at home who is not going to anywhere, who doesn't have anyone to play with. This is why it is good to allow the kids to involve in other activities, to involve with others, so in that way they will be able to develop their emotional skills. So social competency allows the child to establish and maintain high quality and mutual satisfaction relationships and to avoid negative treatment from others. To make it easy for kids to develop all these things, it is advisable for the teachers and the parents to help the kids to develop some skills like self-awareness. You know, in this picture, there is an adult helping a child, talking to a child in a good manner, in a good way, expressing herself to the child, making the child understand what he or she needs to be doing. Okay, and in this way, this is self-awareness. This is like it's just it means like allowing a child to recognize his or her own emotions. You know, the child is able to promote his personal emotions. He's able to know his emotion. He's able to use them in a good way. You know, and self-awareness allows a child. It helps a child to feel safe, to feel, to know his strengths, to know his emotions, to know what he can do. Teachers should always know that a child needs time to develop this. A child needs time to do a certain thing. So in that way, you don't have to push a child to do something that is not necessary at his own age. And teachers should be able to know that kids develop based on age appropriate. Whatever teachers are going to give to kids, it should be age appropriate. It should be something that a child is able to do. In this way, the child is able to develop himself. He's able to know his strengths, what he can do and what he cannot do at that time. You know, but it's not good for a teacher to point out to a child, this you cannot do it. No, it's not right, yes. But you can guide a child towards doing it. You can guide a child towards knowing what he can do better and what he has to give time to be able to develop. After social awareness, The kids should be able to have a self management. They should be able to manage themselves emotionally. When a child is sad, it's advisable for the teacher to model how a child should behave. For example, asking a child to count 1 to 10. Like if you're sad, instead of you to start being aggressive or to start shouting, you know, try to control your emotions by start counting 1 to 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, by the time the child counts 1 to 10, I believe, or she or he will calm down a little bit. Okay, so or the child can breathe in and breathe out. In that way, the child will be able to develop self-management, self-control. You know, it helps a child to calm down the tension in him or in her. It also creates a sense of insecurity. It creates a sense of security for the child because the child is able to control herself or himself in a way. And the child also should be able to have a decision making. Kids should be responsible in making decisions to themselves. Like for example, you take a child like in this picture, the mom, the lady here took this girl, or the mommy took the girl to the mall to get some food. You know. So the child is able to choose what she or he wants to eat. You know. Like in this picture, also the boy is thinking, what should I do? How can I solve this problem? So let kids be able to solve their problem. Let them allow them, give them time to solve their problem. Let them make decision of themselves. You know, it gives them, if you give them time to do this, in a way they will be able to develop positive decision. They will develop choices. Though although they will make mistakes, yes, in their choices, they will make choose a wrong choices. But you should be able to define a choice for them. You should be able to tell them the consequences of making wrong choices. You know, so parents has to work on this. Teachers also has to work on this to tell kids this. If you do this, this is going to be the result. If you do this, this is going to be the result. You know, choose the one you want to do. So of course, if you define this for them, they will be able to make a right decision because they know the consequences of their actions. You know, so it is good for teachers to always tell kids what to do and what not to do, and the outcome of whatever decision they are going to take. And the next one we are going to be talking about is going to be relationship skills. You know, for kids to develop relationship skills. In this picture, you can see an adult playing with the kids, talking to them in a good way, in a polite way. She's having fun with them. The kids are so happy to play with an adult, with themselves, and with others. Okay, so in this way, the kids are able to develop social skills. These skills they need to develop. They need to acquire the skills for further for future use. Okay, so teachers are the greatest positive influence to students. I remember vividly when I was talking to my son about a student in his class that 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 I like so much. You know, my son told me no that he doesn't like the boy because the teacher said the boy is so bad. You know, so in this way, I think the teacher has given bad impression to the students that this boy is bad. So it is advisable for the teachers to if tell the kids to respect people differences. You know, I think the boy is different from him, yes, but he has to respect that. You know, we are different, we cannot be the same. You know, so it is imperative for the teachers to teach the kids how to respect others differences, and if a teacher make a mistake, it is advisable for her to apologize to the kids. In this way, the kids will also learn to apologize to them, to others, or to her when they make mistakes. Take a closer look at this picture. In this picture, you can see the kids having fun together. They are playing together. You know, in this way, the kids are able to develop social awareness. In this way, the kids develop a kind of empathy, with showing empathy to others and understanding. They are able to help their classmates or their friends in a way. They are able to develop skills that they will need later in life. it is imperative for the teachers to listen well to the students, and so that the students will also listen well to their peers. You know, it is good for the teacher to express herself in a positive way. The kids are learning from the teachers, so it is advisable for us to express ourselves in a good way, not in a negative way, so that the students will learn to express themselves also in a positive way. Teachers should take the students to field trips. When they go to field trips, they meet others, so they will be able to express themselves with others. They will be able to talk to others. They will be able to talk to a lot of students that they can't meet in school. Others. So it is advisable for the teachers to show to engage positively when the students are talking to others, maybe to people that are showing them around in the educational field trip place. So the students will be able to develop uh, understanding of what they are using. When the kids develop all these feelings, it has a lifelong benefit. Now we are going to be talking about stress in children. Look at this picture. You can see a mother and a father trying to drag a child. So in this way, the child feels a little bit stressed up. You know, we'll be discussing about the factors in social and emotional development. I'm very sure when an adult hears about stress, the adult might be just thinking about him or herself. Kids develop stress also in life. For example, a child that parents are facing a lot of difficulties, maybe financial, or maybe a child that his parent or her parent is divorced. So the child will definitely be feeling some social stress in life. You know. So the family really matters for the kids. Children can feel stressful when they are making friends, when they are traveling, when they are going to their grandparents' home, when they are learning the world around them. They feel stressed up. Even when there is a sexual abuse, when there is a violence, when there is increased pressure in schooling, when there is a remarriage in the family, all these things cause stress for the children. So the teacher should help kids when they develop all this stress. They should be able to talk to the kids in a good way, in a polite way, in a positive way, so that the kids will not be feeling alone. The stress is too. Teachers should be able to create an atmosphere for the kids that they will be able to express themselves when they are stressed out. And the parents should be able to create a good place for the kids to stay at home, not when there is a family problem. They will involve the kids in it. They are causing a lot of stress for the kids also. You know. So it's advisable for the teachers to teach the kids how to control themselves, how to be able to be in a stable condition when they are stressed up, how to be able to express themselves emotionally when they are stressed up. It's advisable for the parents also to engage the kids in a good activities that will allow them to rest, uh, that will allow them to rest their emotions when they are stressed up also. Thank you so much for listening.